So I've kind of been a bit preoccupied lately with preparing for exams and like doing coursework because it's kind of that time of the year. And when I'm not thinking about that, I'm playing the new Tomodachi Life game, which is really cool, by the way. I will make a video on that eventually when I have the time. But on a random Tuesday, and once again while I'm preparing for exams like I was last year, Nintendo released a new trailer for Splatoon Raiders. I just wanted to talk about it because I don't have a lot of time really to make and edit a proper video, so this is going to be really unscripted, but I just wanted to get my thoughts down about it, and I'm going to try and make this quick so I don't ramble too much. Okay, so in the original trailer, if you remember, it was kind of more like a teaser trailer. It kind of showed or gave us the vibes of what Splatoon Raiders would be, but didn't really detail what the gameplay would actually be like. You know, it was kind of like, hey, here's the spin-off game that we're making for Switch 2. It exists. There's going to be deep cut and a mechanic, and it's going to be on a new island. Bye-bye. Here's Splatoon 3 version 10. But they hadn't really shown the gameplay off yet. But they finally have today. Well, a couple days ago. I'm a bit late. Basically, they haven't shown everything yet, but it's kind of like Salmon Run if it was a full game and mixed with some side order mechanics, with being able to upgrade your weapon and stuff, and also kind of giving off vibes of like treasure hunting and scavenging for treasure and like stuff like that. Like the gameplay feels like a mix of Salmon Run and Side Order. Like in the trailer, they kind of showed that. Like you're fighting salmonids, you're fighting the salmonid bosses alongside some new enemies, which look really cool as well. You also have certain upgrades that give off Side Order vibes, like those kind of overpowered, really cool upgrades. And that's great because like Salmon Run and Side Order are like two of my favorite parts of Splatoon 3, probably. I love the multiplayer, but Salmon Run and Side Order I really love. Even Side Order, I know I was a bit mixed on Side Order in my first impressions video when it initially came out, but I did end up coming around to love it. So that's kind of the best way to describe the gameplay that they've shown so far, but I'm sure there's a whole lot more. Like, this is only the second trailer. And even then, I'm still sold on this game already. Like, more Salmon Run, more Side Order is already a huge selling point to me because I love these two modes, and I think having a whole single player campaign on that would be really cool. But I'm sure there's like a whole nother thing because you're playing as a mechanic. There's kind of a makeshift vibe to it. Like, that's the right word. Is that the right word? Like crafting, making stuff. Really interesting because you're on a raft, like kind of in a bit of a deserted island setting. It's like something that the Splatoon series has never really seen before. The whole environment of the Spiralite Islands, which is where this game is going to take place, it just looks so different to what we've seen in Splatoon before. The environment looks so detailed and like kind of like in the middle of nowhere, whereas Splatoon has always really had that kind of city and like urban vibe to it. Even Splatoon 3 with the desert, it was still kind of like very like urbanized and like Splatsville and stuff. But this looks very like in the middle of nowhere, deserted island kind of vibes, and there's weird stuff. Like, I'm pretty sure it's all like themed around food because there's like salt shakers, and I think there was a spoon or a fork or something, I swear. I'm trying to go off memory here. And also the visuals definitely switched to levels of visuals. This would not be able to be achievable on Switch 1 without it running at like 10 FPS. The resolution looks really high, and it makes Splatoon 3 look really low resolution. The environments look much more real, and that's really interesting. The extra power of the Switch 2 and like the improved graphical fidelity of like the textures and the environments also contribute to making it look different because Splatoon has always been bound by hardware limitations, but like I think Switch 2 we could really see Splatoon experimenting more with art style and environment because they have extra like room to do that without compromising the frame rate, because Splatoon is a game that kind of needs to run at us at 60 frames. Like if if Splatoon didn't run at 60 frames, it would be really choppy and really hard to play. if we go have Salmon Run to go off of, like if you've played Splatoon 3, you know that especially at high hazard levels, Salmon Run runs really bad at times. Considering everything, considering how much is going on the screen, they did optimize it pretty well. But when you get to those higher hazard levels or you get overrun by bosses, if it drops pretty bad, it can get really choppy. This is fixed on Switch 2, but on Switch 1 it is hard. So I definitely get why this is a Switch 2 exclusive. Like, I've seen some people be like, oh, this looks like it can run on Switch 1. If you know Splatoon 3 Salmon Run, then I'm pretty sure you would know immediately that this is not going to run on Switch 1. So yeah, I do think it makes use of Switch 2 pretty well. Does justify it being a Switch 2 exclusive from what I've seen so far. Does kind of suck because I don't have a Switch 2, but I am interested in getting one in the future if I can. So if I ever do, this is definitely number one on wish list. Alongside like Donkey Kong Bonanza is another game I want. Some other notes I have is that the new hairstyles shown look really fun and interesting and cool. Like, I don't think there's a single hairstyle that's just a repeat from Splatoon 3. All of these hairstyles are new. And like a lot of things in this game feel really new and distinct from the like original 3 games. Like the DLCs like Octo Expansion and Side Order, they really went for a distinct vibe, and I feel like they did that really well, but they still reused a lot of elements from the main game that they were based off of because they're DLC. But this game really goes for like a completely different style, and I feel like it kind of marks a turning point, like a new era for Splatoon. Like, so much about this game just feels really different from the previous games. I'm even thinking, like, is this game from a completely different development team? Have most of the developers from Splatoon 3, like, split off and, like, making Splatoon 4, while, like, a smaller, newer team is making Splatoon Raiders? Like, we don't really know, but it feels like this game is like really different. It does use a lot of elements from Splatoon 3, but it just feels like it still feels Splatoon, but it feels so different that I don't really know how to put it into words. One huge example of this, to me at least, was the box art. Like, there's just something about the new box art for this game that just looks way different from anything we've ever seen before in the Splatoon series. I feel like I put it down here in my notes. Splatoon Raiders box art feels much more character focused. It puts a lot more emphasis on the mechanic and deep cut and the expressions that they're making, rather than like in the first 3 games. Like, it doesn't really show characters per se. It more so shows off the concept and the gameplay of, oh, you're a squid and you're shooting ink and paint, and it's like, whereas this game focuses much more on like the characters and the story, and like it looks odd. Like, it also looks really vibrant. It looks really eye-catching, and I feel like it's very, very interesting. It does actually take some vibes from Splatoon 3. I think it does the thing where the ground is a bit curved, so everything fits in the box art. I don't know how to describe that, but I'm looking at an image in front of me. I don't know. Anyway, I don't know how I'm going to structure this all into a video. But I'm really excited to see where Splatoon Raiders takes this Splatoon series. Like, even though I don't have a Switch 2 right now, I'm probably not going to be able to play it for a while. I do think I'm really happy for this game. I think it is definitely a really good time for Splatoon to have a spin-off rather than going straight to another entry, because while each Splatoon game and it like so far has made a big leap that has made the next game feel more worthwhile, I feel like if they just keep on doing that, then people are going to get bored eventually. Like, no matter how good they make the game, like Splatoon 4, people are going to get bored of the same gameplay type. And also, Splatoon 3 still has a lot of life left in it. Like, it's a game with a lot more content, a lot more replayability than Splatoon 2 had. And I feel like it will be able to last longer than Splatoon 2 would have, in like a long gap between multiplayer titles. So I feel like it's fine that they'd release Splatoon Raiders now, because I feel like Splatoon 3 can survive for another few years. Yeah, I'm gonna end this recording before it becomes too big, but yeah, Splatoon Raiders is cool. I hope this video wasn't too long, and bye.